Excelentísimo señor Kenneth Kaunda, presidente de Zambia. Invito al director general Edward Sauma a que tome la palabra.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, it is a signal honor for the organization and for me to have President Kaunda with us today. As head of state of a great African nation, President Kaunda's presence constitutes further proof, if there were needed, of. It is with this in mind that the address, which
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Director General, Your Excellencies and distinguished delegates, guests, brothers and sisters. I am greatly moved by your kind invitation to me to deliver this year's McDougall Memorial Lecture. I have accepted it to associate my compatriots and myself with the global quest for social justice, which the banishment of hunger and poverty implies. Every painstaking effort to uplift the plight of millions of people trapped in starvation, poverty, also the victims of malnutrition, and the most vulnerable target for disease. The poor and hungry are twice as many, 60% of the total world population. They now account for 52%. The majority of the developing world countries have attained independence only in the last 20 years to feed their people and on international charity. Even the basic implements for efficient agriculture, such as plows and tractors, pesticides, and others, are generally beyond their means. To make ends meet, they are contracting debts even where the hope of repayment is very remote. This year alone, the total debt of the developing countries owing to developed countries is at least $300 billion to the developing countries. entrusted with this kaleidoscope of unrelievable poverty and hunger on the one hand, and shameless prosperity on the other, are the solid achievements which man has claimed for himself. Justice and many others have become hallmarks of our own national. I note this great memory. I note in pleasure that the FAO was the first UN agency to admit the Council for Namibia to full membership of the organization. In our world, more than any other time, man are going to kill man because the blunt his estimate of his unwritten right.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I welcome you to this press conference on behalf of His Excellency Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, President of the Republic of Zambia, on my own behalf. It is a pleasure.
I was listening to instructions. Mr. Chairman, dear sisters and brothers of the press, my first task was really to thank the Director General and his colleagues for receiving us so well. Our delegation, ever since we arrived here yesterday, has been well treated, and indeed in the process we have learned a great deal.
Mr. President, the spokesman of the Patriotic Front, Dr. Edison Zvogbo, has just said recently, we are so far apart, there is no possibility of agreement, we cannot accept the British proposal. You have just been in London, directly involved in all of this. Can you tell us, first of all, what you have been doing and what you think the perspectives are for a second?
Well, I went to London, Upitn, at the invitation of the British Prime Minister. I believe more in my capacity as former chairman of the Commonwealth Conference, which was held in Osaka in August this year. When I got to Britain, my colleagues in the delegation and myself got very busy meeting various groups of people involved, that is, the British government officials, the Patriotic Front leaders, and many others. And I must say that I think my delegation came away from London with a deep-rooted impression that I think there's more and better understanding between the various groups, and possibly today they must have met in a better atmosphere. You know, my dear brother, it's very difficult to give a timetable in these things. Don't forget that before I was born, this problem was there. It started in 2018. The rest is here. Then, of course, the fascists and racists of South Africa who believe in apartheid are living in fear and despair, even if that is self-made. And therefore they are capable of doing anything. Desperate men in history have been known to do equally desperate things. So we can't say that was an empty threat. It's possible that we will intervene. And then made it clear what conditions will lead their intervening.